deposited but not cleared permanently. It's not going to be cleared anytime because it has been dishonored. So this will never reflect in your passbook. All right. So I hope you understood this concept of check deposited in the bank, dishonored. If they give, you have to consider that as bank charges. Sir, she's asking, Lakshmi is asking, sir, is the fine charged by the bank on bouncing of the check considered? The answer is yes. If they have given in the question specifically, we have to consider it is bank charges that is debited by the bank or bank charges which is collected by the bank. You have to, the passbook balance would have been lowered. Normal expenses charged by the bank, what we've done yesterday, is similar. So in this case, the cash book has moved upwards. The cash book balance is moved upwards. What should we do? Affecting the trial balance. Tanush, just pay attention to what I'm discussing now. No problem. If the starting point is cash book, what should I do, guys? If the starting point is cash book, what should I do? I have to reduce. What should I do if the starting point is passbook? Because the cash book balance is more. Now what should I do? I have to add. I hope everyone is comfortable with this. All right. Next. Shall we move on to the next one? Guys, more participation. What is this? Okay. I'm going to start taking out names and call you to the chat box now if you don't respond properly. I know some of you are not responding properly. I know some names, but I'm not going to take those names until I'll give you a second chance. Okay, next one. Deposit of cash into bank not recorded in cash book bank column. It's difficult to type on okay, mobile. Okay, no problem. Can you tell me deposit of cash into bank but not recorded in the cash book bank column? What has happened because of this transaction? Which balance is moved up or down? Which balance is moved? Which particular balance has been affected because of this? Cash book or passbook? When I say cash book in BRS, what am I referring to? When I say cash book in BRS, which column of the cash book I'm referring to? Bank column. Whenever I say cash book, bank column. Is there a movement in the cash book because of this transaction? Yes or no? No, they have given it has not moved at all. So not recorded in the cash book bank column. That means which balance is moved? Passbook balance is moved. Passbook balance is moved because of this transaction, because we have not entered it in the cash book bank column. We have not entered it, so that is why the passbook balance is moved upwards or downwards. Which side has it moved? You increase the balance, right? The balance has gone up because you deposited cash into the bank account, so your balance as per passbook has gone up. Can you tell me what to do if the starting point is cash book? If the starting point is cash book, add. If the starting point is passbook, less, reduce. I hope everyone's understood this point also. Now this can be given in different sentences. Okay, they might say like this. Listen to me, there are a couple of questions where they have given like this. Deposit of cash into bank recorded in the cash book as if there was no bank column. What did I say? Deposit of cash into bank recorded in the cash book as if there was no bank column. That means they have not recorded in the bank column. A cash book will have 2 columns or 3 columns, amount columns will be there, right? A cash column, a bank column, and a discount column. So when they say this, they are meaning to say that they did not record it in the bank column. Exactly the same meaning it means, okay? It means the same. So they have not recorded it in the bank column. I hope everyone is comfortable with this. I hope everyone is following. Now my question is, sir, the previous one and this one, is this an error or is this a timing difference? It doesn't make a difference to us. Is this a timing difference or error? It is an error. Wonderful. What about this? This also is an error. You did not record it. Error in the cash book. Both of these are error in the cash book. Now I have a question. So should we record this in the adjusted cash book? Will this come in adjusted cash book? The answer is yes. You have to adjust this in the cash book. Okay. It is an omission. Correct. Shall we move on to the problems now? Let's do problems one by one. We shall begin. Prepare a BRS from the following particulars as on 31st March 2018. Debit balance as per bank column of the cash book. Could you tell me, is this favorable balance or unfavorable balance? Debit balance as per bank column of our cash book. Our cash book has a bank column and it has a debit balance. What is the balance? Is it an asset or liability for me? It is an asset. It is a favorable balance. Very good. It is a favorable balance. We will write that. Balance as per cash book is given. Cash book bank column is given. How much is the balance? 18,60,000. 18,60,000. This is bank reconciliation statement. Just write the title also. Bank reconciliation statement. Is the date given? 31st March. So you can write over here as on 31st March. Now, check issued to creditors but not yet presented to the bank for payment. Can you tell me which book has moved because of this? Check issued to creditors but not yet presented to the bank for payment. So when I issued the check, which book did I move? I moved the cash book. Did I move it upwards or downwards? I have moved it downwards. Now, because balance, I have reduced it because I issued a check. Can you guys tell me what is the starting point in this question? What is the starting point in this question? The starting point is the cash book. The starting point is the cash book. So should I add or should I reduce? I should add. Wonderful. I should add. How much is the amount? 3,60,000. Is everyone comfortable so far? All right. Next. Dividend received by the bank but not entered in the cash book. And also interest credited by the bank, 2,50,000. Both the amounts will take together. It is interest and dividends received. Total is 2,50,000. Could you guys tell me which book has moved because of this? Dividends and interest is received by us. Which book has moved because of this? The passbook has moved. Has it moved upwards or has it moved downwards? The balance has gone up. So balance has gone up, upwards. Now, can you tell me what should I do? What should I do? What is the starting point? Cash book is the starting point. So to reach the passbook balance, I have to add it. Interest and dividend received. How much is the amount? 2,50,000. I hope everyone is comfortable so far. Can I go to the next one? Check deposited into bank for collection but not collected by the bank up to this date. we have sent a check for collection. This is like bill sent for collection only, similar concept. Can you tell me which book has moved because of this? I have deposited a check, not a cleared, it is similar, okay? Check deposited but not a cleared. So can you tell me which book has moved because of this? Cash book has moved because it has not been. When will the bank record it in the passbook? When will it be recorded in the passbook? When it is collected. It will be recorded in the passbook when it is collected. Now it is not yet collected, but we would have increased, cash book when we deposit the check, we would have increased. So cash book has moved whichwards? Which side? Upside, upwards. Now can you tell me what should I do? What should I do? Starting point is cash book, so I have to reduce. I'll use some line. Is the space enough? I hope it is. Okay. Less. So what was this less? What should I reduce over here? What should I say? I should say check deposited, not yet collected. How much is the amount? 6,250. Wonderful. 6,250. No difference, Sriram. Bank charges not entered in the cash book. Can you tell me which book has been affected because of this? Bank charges not entered in the cash book. Passbook has been affected. Can you tell me upwards or downwards? Passbook has been affected upwards or downwards? It's come down, right? Passbook is come down because they have recorded the bank charges. So down. Now what should I do? Starting point is cash book. So what should I do? I have to reduce. What is the amount? 1,000 rupees. Can I go to the next one? A check deposited into bank was dishonored, but no intimation was received. Check deposited into the bank was dishonored. Which book has moved because of this? Cash book has moved because of. We just discussed it, right? 5 minutes back. When I started the class, I discussed this point. So what did I say? Check deposited dishonored. You have increased it. It is like check deposited not cleared. Okay. You have increased your cash book balance, but has the passbook balance gone up? No. The passbook balance has not gone up. Why? Because it has been dishonored. So what should we do now? We have to reduce. We have to less. Comfortable or not? This is check deposited dishonored. What is the amount? 1,60,000. Can we go to the next one? Bank paid house tax on our behalf, but no intimation received from the bank in this connection. The bank has paid, it seems, but intimation means information. We did not know about it. So we have not recorded it in the cash book, right? If once we receive the information, we will record it in the cash book also. Can you tell me which book has moved because of this? The passbook has moved. Wonderful. The bank's passbook has moved. Has it moved upwards or has it moved downwards? It has moved downwards because it's a payment made. So that is why it has moved downwards. So now can you tell me what should I do? I should reduce less. What is the transaction? House tax paid, not recorded in CB. This is a tax, this is an amount paid by the banker He has reduced it in the passbook, but in the cash book it is not recorded yet. So the 1,75,000, right? So the passbook has moved downwards. Now what should we do with the cash book? The passbook balance is moved downwards, so now we have to reduce. Okay, can you tell me what is the total of additions? Is it 6,10,000? What is the total of minus? 3,42,250. Shall we put this in brackets because it is minus? Now, what is the end balance you get? 21,27,750. Is that correct? 21,27,750. Now, where did we start from? Which is the number we started from? We started from the cash book balance. So can you tell me where have we reached? Every time I was telling you, you have to reach this, you have to reach this, you have to reach this. What was this? This was passbook. So this is balance as per passbook. Is this favorable balance or unfavorable balance? This is favorable balance or credit balance as per passbook. Remember, credit balance as per passbook. Can I go to the next problem? Yes. Prepare a bank reconciliation statement as on 31st March 2018 from the following particulars. Bank balance as per passbook is given 10,000. Let me write that. As per passbook. Can you tell me favorable or unfavorable is this? This is favorable balance. How much is the amount? 10,000. Okay, let's begin. Check deposited into the bank, but no entry was passed in the cash book. Interesting. Check deposited into the bank, but no entry was passed in the cash book. Can you tell me which book has moved because of this? We've deposited a check, has not been recorded in the cash book. Has not been recorded in the cash book. Which book has moved because of this? Passbook has moved because of this. Wonderful. Passbook has moved because of this. Has it gone upwards or downwards? Passbook has moved upwards. The passbook has moved upwards. Now what should we do? The starting point is what? The starting point is what? The starting point is passbook. So you have to reach the cash book balance. So what should you do? You have to reduce. I'll use some lines for additions and I will write this over here. Less check deposited not recorded in CB. How much is the amount? 500. Check received but not sent to bank. What does this mean now? Check received but not sent to bank. That means when you receive the check, you have increased. Which balance have you increased when you received the check? The cash book balance has been increased. Sir, has the passbook balance also increased because of this? Not yet. Not yet. So what has happened? Which book has moved because of this? The cash book has moved because of this. Upwards or downwards? You received a check. So upwards or downwards? Upwards. Now what should you do? You have to add. You have to reach from the passbook to the cash book. Correct? No? Your starting point is passbook. So you have to reach from here to here. So what should you do? You have to add. Are you all following? Yes. So this is added. What was this? This is 1,200. Can I just write the amount? Okay. Next one, we'll save some time, right? Credit side Now this gets interesting. So please pay attention when we're discussing this. Credit side of the bank column cast short. Please pay attention. Move on from the previous one to this one. We will go back to the previous one later on if you need or if you have some doubts. But now concentrate over here. Credit side of the bank column cast short. Credit side of the bank column cast short. Bank column of which book are we talking about? Are we talking about the cash book or passbook? Cash book. There is no bank column in the passbook. It's bank book only. What bank column in the passbook? We are talking about cash book. Okay. Now, can you tell me credit side means which side of the cash book? Payment or receipt side? Credit side of the cash book means which side are we talking about over here? Payment side. Will your balance be more or will your balance be less because of this transaction? You're showing less payments. If you're showing less payments, is your balance going to be more or is it going to be less? It is going to be more. It is going to be more. I tell you this, generally I tell people to think like this. You should always think, is it going to make you happy or sad? The payment side, you're showing less payments. Is less payments a happy event or a sad event? Happy, right? Why happy? Why happy? Less payments means more balance. Less payments means more balance. Think of it like that. Less payments means more balance. So whenever they give like this credit, debit and all that, convert it into receipt, convert it into payment side and think of less or sad or happy. So less payments will mean more balance. If you're showing less payments will mean you're showing more balance. All right. So now coming back to this. So can you tell me which book is affected because of this? Which book is affected because of this? Is it the cash book? Yes, it is the cash book. Which is the, again I will repeat, credit side of the bank column cash short means you're showing less payments. Totals are lesser, you're showing less payments. So when you're showing less payments, that means your balance will be more. Simple rule, happy or sad rule. Whenever you see sentences like this in layman's language, you have to just think like this. Sir, is it going to make me happy looking at my book or is it going to make me sad? It's going to make me happy. It's going to make me happy because my balance will be more as I'm showing less balance. Now, coming back to this. Sir, what should I do? Which balance is moved because of this? The cash book or passbook? Which balance is moved because of this? The cash book has moved upwards or downwards? Upwards or downwards? It has moved upwards. Cash book has moved upwards because you're showing more balance. You're showing more balance. Now, can you tell me what should you do? Which book is to be, which is the starting point for me over here? The passbook is the starting point, so I have to add. How much should I add? What is the amount? ₹200. 200 rupees. Okay. Insurance paid, a premium paid directly by the bank under the standing advice. Standing advice or standing instruction means you are telling the banker that on a specific date you have to make this payment every month, every quarter, every year. It can be anything like that. So you've given standing instruction to the bank saying that you have to pay this money every year. Insurance premium generally is annual payment. So you have to make this payment every year, you told the banker. Now, could you guys tell me which book has moved because of this particular transaction? The passbook or the cash book? The passbook has moved. Very good. Has it moved upwards or has it moved downwards? The passbook has moved upwards or downwards? It has moved downwards. Wonderful. Passbook has moved downwards because he has made the payment. The banker has made the payment. So now what should I do? Passbook. So I have to reach the cash book, right? So I have to add. The starting point is passbook. Always move that hand, which is the starting point. I have to add 600 rupees. Everyone comfortable so far? Yes. Next, bank charges entered twice. Yes, he's given standing instruction. He's told that you have to make that payment every month. Okay, bank charges entered twice in the cash book. Can you tell me which book has moved because of this? The cash book has moved because of this, right? Because you entered a bank charge 2 times. You have entered this 2 times. How many times you have to record it? You have to record it only once, but he has recorded it 2 times. So can you tell me what do I have to do with this? The cash book has moved upwards or downwards. The cash book has moved upwards or downwards. The cash book has moved downwards. See, both the books have moved once. They should have moved once only. Bank charges, passbook also they have reduced. Cash book also I have to reduce once. But in the cash book we have reduced one more time. In the cash book we have reduced one more time. Now what should I do? I should less. The starting point is the passbook, so we have to move the passbook hand and we have to reduce. Sir, how much should you reduce? Should you reduce twice the amount or should you reduce only once the amount? Only once, right? Only one amount you have to reduce 20 rupees because we have minus it 2 times. In that once is correct, the other one is wrong. So that is why now what we have to do is we have to minus it once, 20 rupees. I hope everyone is comfortable. I'll repeat this once more. Please pay attention. Bank charges entered twice in the cash book. Now here, because of this particular transaction, the cash book balance is lesser by 20 rupees compared to the passbook balance because we have reduced the we have reduced the balance 2 times. Should we have reduced it by 2 times or should we have reduced it only once? We have to reduce only once. So that is why in the passbook they have reduced 20 rupees. In the cash book also we had to reduce 20 rupees. But in the cash book we have reduced another 20 rupees. So that is the mistake. Now what is the difference between the two books? How much is the difference between the two books? Is it 20 rupees or is it 40 rupees? The difference between the cash book and passbook. How much is the difference? 20 rupees is the difference. Alright? Because in the passbook also they have reduced it once. Now, how much should I minus? I have to minus. How much should I minus? Should I minus 40? No, I should minus only 20. Okay, next one. Check issued but not presented to the bank for payment. Simple. Which book has moved because of this? Check issued, presented to the bank for payment. Which book is moved? Cash book is affected. Has it gone upwards or downwards? Cash book has gone upwards or downwards? Cash book is gone downwards because this is the payment. You have reduced your cash book balance. Now, can you tell me what should I do? What should I do? I have to reduce. Wonderful. I have to reduce this. How much is the amount? 500. I'm just writing the amounts, guys. We're saving time. Okay. Next one. Check received entered twice in the cash book. Check received entered twice in the cash book. Which book has moved because of this? Cash book has moved. Upwards or downwards? Very good. It has moved upwards. See, you're getting that. Now you can do the sentences which are not discussed yesterday also because you're getting the clarity. That is what we need, right? You'll be able to do anything if you're able to visualize it. So, the check received has been recorded 2 times. Can you tell me the cash book is moved upwards or downwards? It has moved upwards because you've recorded it 2 times. The passbook has also moved. How many times passbook has moved? The passbook has moved once. The passbook has moved once. Cash book also had to move once, but it has moved 2 times. Now what should I do? What should I do? Add. How much should I add? Should I add twice the amount or once the amount? What is once the amount? Okay, I have to add once the amount. Okay, we've just found out a new word. Okay, how much is once the amount? 1,000 rupees is the amount. So I have to add. Can we go to the next one? Bill discounted, dishonored, one time of the amount. It's just amount once. Okay. Bills discounted, dishonored, not recorded in the cash book, rupees 5,000. Which book has moved? Yesterday we had a discussion about this, boys and girls. We had a discussion about this yesterday in the class. I explained to you what happens when all this was happening, right? I told you when you. I just brush up that topic of bills discounted and dishonored. Shall I? Are you listening to me? Yes. So I told you yesterday that how it works is I go to the bank. I go to the bank and I discount. What point are you stuck with, guys? It's not given the check received is presented to the payment. It is presented. If that is not mentioned, we have to assume like that only, Chaitanya. There's no clarity with regards to that. Anyway, coming back to what we were discussing, that is not the point of difference. The point of difference was this mistake which was entered twice. If that was the point of difference, they would have clearly given that it was issued, it was deposited, not it cleared, and all that would have been mentioned clearly. If that was the point of difference. Okay, coming back to this, bills discounted, dishonored, not recorded in the cash book. Now, I told you yesterday, if you are going to discount a bill with the bank, the banker is going to call you to his cabin, the manager, and he's going to tell about two things. He's going to talk about how many things? Two things. What were the two things he was going to talk about to you? One, he's going to tell you, sir, what is my income out of this? What do I get? That what is the answer for this? Discount amount. He will not give you the whole bill's face value right now. He will discount it and he will give you some amount, lesser amount than the face value of the bill. That was the solution for that. Second one, what about the risk? What if the drawee doesn't come and pay the amount on the due date? The risk with that particular bill of exchange. That was the second point. Who will pay full? Who will? What did the banker say? What was the solution to this question? The solution is the person who's drawing it. The person who's drawing it and who's discounting it, he will have to pay it from my account. They will take. So, can you tell me what is this transaction about? This transaction is exactly about that. We had discounted a bill. It has been dishonored. It is not recorded in the cash book. That means what has happened when a bill discounted was dishonored? What has happened? He has taken money from whose account? My account. He has taken money from my account. So which book has moved because of this? The passbook has moved. The passbook has moved. Can you tell me the passbook has moved which side? Melee, up or down? It has moved down. It has moved down. Wonderful. The passbook has moved down because he has taken money from my account. It has moved downwards. Now what should I do? What should I do? I have to add. How much should I add? 5,000 rupees is to be added. Could you guys tell me the total? Let me do this one. Shakuntala Devi. Okay. What about the add? The total is 8,000, right? Okay. And what is the end answer? 16,980. What is this? What is this? This is balance as per. We started with what? Passbook. So we are ending with what? Cash book. I hope everyone is comfortable, was comfortable with this problem. We will move on to the next one now. Okay. Overdraft problems. Overdraft problems. Very simple thing. I don't want you to think again in different way. Okay. What we will do is overdraft problem. Look at this. Everyone pay attention to this one. If you have any question about the previous one, Please solve it later, get it solved later, not now. Now just pay attention to this one. Otherwise, you miss this also. If you're still stuck with the previous one, pay attention when we are discussing. The same point I repeat two to three times. So please pay attention when I'm discussing. Okay, now come to this one. Is everyone with me? You're moving fast. We have to move fast. We have to cover a lot of things. Right. Overdraft balances I will talk about. Now, could you please tell me, what do you mean by overdraft balance? What is the meaning of overdraft balance? Negative balance, unfavorable balance. It is excess withdrawals over the deposits made by the business into his bank account. So that is known as unfavorable balance. Now, you have two ways of thinking. One, we can think of it as a loan. Okay, we can think of it as a loan. It's a loan, right? You can think of it as a loan. Second one, all we can do is, for ease purposes, from the exam point of view, not getting too technical and not getting too conceptual, we can keep it simple. How can we keep it simple? By thinking like this. Whenever they say OD balance as per cash book, if they are saying OD balance as per cash book, consider it as, when you're solving the problem in your mind, consider it as, what will we consider it as? We will consider it as positive balance or favorable balance as per PB. Makes our life very easy, right? When you do it, when you do it like this, consider it as favorable balance as per past book. If it is OD balance as per PB, what should I consider it as? I should consider it as favorable balance as per cash book. Favorable balance as per cash book. So this makes our life very easy. There is conceptual, I can explain this conceptually also, but this is not the time and place to do it. So we will just stick to how we have to think when it comes to exams. Okay. So here we have to consider this as OD balance as per cash book must be considered as favorable balance as per past book. And if OD balance is given as per past book, we have to consider it as favorable balance as per cash book. Oh, it is not at as, it is it as. Okay. That's what even Shishir said. I was wondering what was Shishir saying. Anyway, thank you. Thank you, Vamshita. So consider it as favorable balance as per Srisha was saying. Okay. Balance as per past book. I hope everyone is clear on this. So I'll do a overdraft problem. I will tell you, what I just meant. Shall we start? Question number 3. Bank overdraft as per passbook is given 21,000. Let's write this. Bank overdraft as per passbook. Now, can you tell me, if they have given bank overdraft as per passbook, what did I tell you to think of it as? You can write it in pencil, okay, in exam also. Think of it as what? Balance as per cash book. Think of it as balance as per cash book. So if they have given bank overdraft as per passbook, think of it as balance as per cash book. Just reverse the book, the other book it will be. Think of it like that only. Now write the amount. How much is the amount? 21,000. So whenever you are moving your hands, you have to think of it as the starting point as what? You have to think of the starting point as the cash book. The starting point is to be considered as the cash book. So we have to consider the cash book as the starting point for the sake of solving the problem. That's all. Shall we start? Check deposited as per passbook but not recorded in the cash book. Can you tell me which book has moved because of this? Passbook has moved because of this. Upwards or downwards? Passbook has moved upwards because you have deposited a check, so it has increased. It was not recorded in the cash book. Now, what should I do about this? What is my starting point? What did I tell you to consider my starting point as? My starting point is cash book. So, what should I do? Add. I have to add. Is everyone comfortable with this? Okay. So, now add. Check deposited, not recorded in. Sir, you ask too many times, sir. You do lot, chore. You keep asking, understood, understood, understood. Before you guys make fun of me, I will only make fun of myself. That's the trick. I shouldn't have written this, right? Okay, it's okay. For one, I wrote. How much is the amount? 700. Next one. Ready? Our favorite. Debit side of the bank column under cash. Debit side means debit side, credit side. When they ask, when they ask something like this, you have to go into which mode? Happy or sad mode. Okay, that happy or sad mode you have to go. Now, which book are they talking about? Debit side of bank column of which book? There's only one book which has columns. Which is that book? That is cash book. Can you tell me, is this debit side is receipt side or is it payment side? It is receipt side. Receipt side is undercashed. That means you're showing less receipts. Are you happy or are you sad? You're sad. That means your balance is lower or more. Okay, don't use emojis and all. What? Your balance is lesser. The balance as per cash book is lesser. Are you all comfortable? The balance is lesser. Now, what should we do? What is my starting point? My starting point is cash book. My starting point is cash book. So, I have to add. How much is the amount? 100. Can I go to the next one? A check of 5,000 deposited but credited to passbook is 5,000. 500, what? Check deposited. Okay, it must be, the amount must be different, I guess. Because there is no mistake right here. There's no mistake over here. So there's absolutely no mistake over here. So should you do anything about this? We will keep it like this. Should you do anything about this? No. Ignore this. Because there is absolutely no error. You deposited a check, but credited also the passbook as what 5,000. So there is no error. Let's not change the question. Let's keep it. There's a mistake in the question actually. But let's just keep the question just like that. It's actually a mistake, but we'll ignore it. I hope you understood this. Yes. Even in the exam, if you get a question like this, there is a possibility. Not just me, even the examination department can make a mistake like this. It's actually a mistake. You have to just ignore. Okay. Give a note if you want later on. Saying that, there's no error, there is no cause of difference, there's no difference in the cash book and passbook because of this. A party's check returned dishonored as per passbook only. Okay, let us, one minute. Let us just assume something in point D and shall we discuss it once? Let us assume something here and we will discuss it once, okay? We will discuss it as 500. Let us consider it was 500. Now, can you tell me a party's check? Don't write this. You don't write this. Just listen. Don't write this. A party's check, a check of this one. A check of 5,000 deposited but credited to passbook is 500. Could you please tell me how much is the amount of difference first of all? How much is the amount of difference? Is it the whole of 5,000 is the difference or is it 4,500? 4,500 is the difference, right? What has happened over here? The mistake is in the passbook. The mistake is in the passbook. So we have increased 5,000. In which book have we increased 5,000? Cash book. We have increased 5,000. But in the passbook, how much have they increased? Only 500. So the cash book is more by how much? The cash book is more by how much? 4,500. You can think like this. 4,500 is the problem. 4,500 is the problem. It is more in the cash book. It is more in the cash book. 4,500 is more in the cash book. Now what should I do? What should I do? The starting point is cash book. I have to reduce it. This is if we assume it as 500, but I told you don't do that. Let's keep it at 5,000. Okay. Next one. Parties check written dishonored as per passbook only. As per passbook only, 500. Can you tell me which book has moved because of this check? There was a check. Did we deposit this check or did we issue this check? What was this? We deposited a check. We deposited a check. It was written dishonored and it was recorded only in the passbook. So this is basically check deposited dishonored. We discussed this point right earlier today. Which book has moved because of this? The cash book has moved upwards or downwards. We have increased the cash book balance. But has the passbook balance gone up? The passbook balance has not gone up. It is like I told you, check deposited, not cleared. It is exactly like that. Check deposited, not cleared. So this is where we stand. What should we do now? The cash book is the starting point. We have to reduce. We have to minus. How much is the amount? 500. Next one. Bills collected directly by the bank. This is bills sent for collection collected directly by the bank. Which book has moved because of this? Passbook has moved because of this. Has it moved upwards or downwards? It has moved upwards. The passbook has moved upwards because they have collected money on our behalf directly. It has moved upwards. Now, what is your starting point? What is your starting point? Your starting point is cash book. What should you do? You have to add. You have to add. How much is the amount? 3,500. Comfortable or not? Comfortable or not? Yes, Adarsh, this is a party's check written dishonored. This is recorded only, or this is recognized in the passbook. That means we have it's similar to this point. This point. It is similar to this point. Check deposited into the bank, dishonored. It's similar to this point. So here the cash book balance has gone up. It's the same point basically. Words are different. The cash book balance will increase, but the passbook balance will never increase because of this, because it has been dishonored. A party's check. A party had given you a check. Okay. Next one. Bank charges recorded twice in the cash book. This we know. Bank charges recorded twice in the cash book. So which balance is moved because of this? The cash book balance is moved. You can also think of it like this. Bank charges is debited or credited in the cash book. Bank charges is debited or credited in the cash book. We credit, right? We credit the bank charges. The entry is bank charges account debit to bank. So you've given a wrong credit in the cash book. You can also think like that. A wrong credit given in the cash book. Wrong credit. Bank charges means wrong credit. Yes. So the balance will be lowered or up higher as per the cash book. Will it be less or more? It will be low. It will be lesser because you have credited it extra one credit. You have to credit it only once. Now you've credited it twice. What should you do? You have to add. You have to add. How much should you add? You have to add 200 rupees. A bill for 8,000 discounted to 7,900 returned by the bank, noting charges being 100. Okay, this is very important. This is very interesting. So this is a bill which is discounted with the bank has been dishonored. Okay. Now we went to the bank. We had a discussion with the banker. We told him, he told me what about the risk. We discussed that I am going to pay the amount. Now, can you tell me how much amount is he going to take from my account in this case? There is a dishonor. Okay. The bill face value. What is the face value of the bill? 8,000 rupees is the face value of the bill. He has also paid something called as noting charges. What is this noting charges? Noting charges means notary. Whenever there is a dishonor, what the holder of the bill will generally do is he will go to a notary public and he will tell him the fact that, boss, look at this, I presented it for payment on the due date, it was ignored or it was not respected, it was not honored, it was dishonored on the date of due date, on the maturity date, it was dishonored. He's going to take this the bill of exchange to a notary public. The notary public is going to put a seal over it, which will read something like this. This is known as protest. So when he puts the seal called protest on the bill of exchange, that means it is legally recognized that the bill was dishonored. It is legally recognized that the bill was dishonored. Now you can take this bill of exchange to the court of law and you can claim against that party. You can sue that party. You can put a case against that party. But you have to get it protested. You have to get it protested by a notary public. For putting the seal, he has to establish facts. He has to establish facts relating to, the lawyer has to establish facts that is it an original bill or is it a dummy bill. He has to establish those facts first. Is the due date calculated properly? Is the amount calculated properly? All this, the notary public's headache it is. Before he puts the seal, he has to recognize it. So that is why for that, he will charge you something called as noting charges. This is known as noting charges. This is charged to the person who is taking it to the lawyer, to the notary public, whoever is taking it to the notary public, it is charged to that person. He has to pay it. Now, in this case, the bank had it. So the bank is paying 100 rupees as noting charges. Now listen, is it bank's expense? Is the bank going to book this as an expense? No. The bank is not going to book this as an expense. It is not their expense. They will recover it from the drawer. The person from whose account they're taking money, they will recover it from him. That is my account. From my account, I was the one who went and discounted the bill with the banker. So he will take how much now? 8,000 towards the bill plus 100 rupees towards the notary charges also he will take from me only. How much will he take from my account then? He will take 8,100 rupees. He is going to take 8,100 rupees from my account. Whom am I going? Am I going to pay this 100 rupees as my cost? Is it my cost? No. Who will I bear it from? Who will I take it from? I will take it from the drawee, the person who gave me the bill in the first place. From him, I will take how much? 8,100. So I hope you've understood this discussion. So here now, how much is the banker going to take money from my account? The conclusion. He's going to take, sir, not 7,900. What? No, not 7,900. He is going to take full 8,000 plus 100 rupees towards noting charges. So total amount, how much is he going to take? 8,100 he's going to take from my account. So can you tell me, we've got the amount now, this was important. Can you tell me, one who has the bill, Chandan, has to pay it. Holder of the bill pays it. Can you tell me what is the entry for this? What has happened because of this? What has happened because of this? Which book has moved? The cash book or passbook? The passbook has moved. Has it moved upwards or downwards? Has it moved upwards or downwards? It has moved downwards. Wonderful. The passbook has moved downwards. By how much amount? By how much amount has it gone downwards? It's gone down by 8,100. It's gone down by 8,100. Can you tell me what is the starting point in this question? Cash book is the starting point. So what should I do? I have to reduce. How much should I reduce? 8,100. Whatever the amount of difference is, that is to be reduced. Yes, correct, Shrikant. Next one, easy peasy. Check deposited but not collected by the bank. Which book has moved because of this? Cash book has moved because of this. Upwards or downwards? When you deposited the check, you had put it upwards. The starting point is cash book. Now, what should you do if the starting point is cash book? You have to minus. How much is the amount? Can someone tell me the amount? 2,300. Check issued but not yet presented for the bank for payment. Again, easy peasy. Now all this must be easy for you. Which book has moved because of this? The cash book has moved because of this. Upwards or downwards? You issued the check, right? So the cash book has moved downwards. What is the starting point? Cash book is the starting point, so you have to add. How much is the amount? 1,000. So could you please tell me the total of all the additions once? What is the total of additions? 5,500. What is the total of all minuses? 10,900. What is the end balance? 15,600. Now I have a question. What is this balance? What is this balance? Always look at this and write the other way around. The balance is bank overdraft as per cash book. You start with the passbook, you end with the cash book. Yes. There are a couple of questions as homework. Please do these questions. If you have any questions, you can ask me during the doubt sessions. That is fourth and fifth is homework. Do it. Fourth also is homework, right? In your handout. Yes, do it. Try it on your own. If you have any questions, we will have doubt sessions for that very sake. We will discuss it in the class. In the doubt session, whenever we are having one. Sir, bank overdraft is favorable or unfavorable? Bank overdraft balance is favorable or unfavorable? Unfavorable. Answer of the homework also I will discuss in the doubt session. We will solve the final answer in the doubt session. I will solve it if you want some of the points over there. Some of you asked, sir, what if the balance is in negative? Let's say this answer came in negative. What is this then? Let's say 15,600 I got minus. What does it mean? It means that it is balance as per cash book. It means that it is balance as per cash book, favorable balance as per cash book if the answer is a negative. That's all. Understood? If the end answer, if the closing answer is a negative, then it is the other way around. The balance, if you started with bank overdraft, you are ending with favorable balance. That's all. Okay, now we will discuss amended cash book, shall we? This is where many of us get it wrong. Amended cash book. This is where you go confused and you make mistakes and all that. Ready? Yes. I want more participation. Come on, guys. More participation. Aman, where are you? Okay. Hello. Aman is there. Okay, now we will just discuss once what is this concept, and then we will get into the problems. Okay. See, at the end of any accounting year, hi Raghuveer, hi. At the end of any accounting year, we sit at the end and we discuss. Hi Shashank, hi Swaroop, hi Krishnesha, hi everyone, hi. I hope all of you are doing well. Okay, hello guys, hello. We will have a session where I just say hi, hello, how are you? Okay, just start. Okay, so now coming back to amended cash flow, please pay attention. This is very important for exams, and this is also very important because we can't understand anything relating to this when we read on our own. This is what I have realized over so many batches. Right. It's actually easy peasy, correct. It's actually very easy peasy. Now, what is this is, here, amended cash book or adjusted cash book means, see, at the end of the period, please be paying attention. Done, nothing, no other discussion now. Just paying attention to every word sir is saying. Just like how much attention you pay to a rapper's song to understand what he is blurting out. Like that only, please pay attention when I am saying something. Okay. Now, adjusted cash book, the concept. First, I will discuss the background and then we will get into the concept as it is. At the end of the year, I have two books with me, the passbook and the cash book with me. I have two books with me, the passbook and the cash book with me. Now we have to record a balance as per bank. We have to write over there that bank balance, bank amount is this much, bank account balance is this much. In the balance sheet, we have to write it. Now, which balance should we write? Should we write the passbook balance or should we write the cash book balance? These two balances are different, right? Now, what balance should I be writing over there in the in the balance sheet? What balance should I write? What do you think? What balance should I write? Should I write the balance as per passbook over there? Passbook, is it your ledger account? Did you maintain this ledger account? It is the ledger account of the banker. Banker maintained it. It is a copy of the ledger that he has maintained. Why will you write that balance in your book? How will your books tally if you do that? Are you following? It is, I am telling you from day one, yesterday also I told you that it is his book's copy. It is his ledger's copy what he is giving as passbook to you. Why would you write that balance in your books? That is wrong. That is absolutely wrong. You can't write passbook balance in your books as balance as per bank. No, that's not. Then can we write cash book balance? Yes, we have to write cash book balance. That is correct. We have to write cash book balance. Because that is our book. We maintain that book. We have to write the cash book balance. But we have to write cash book balance after amending it, after changing it, after taking into consideration certain entries, certain transactions which have not been entered in the cash book but must have been entered in the cash book. Some of the transactions which must have been entered in the cash book but have not been entered in the cash book. So we have to enter it and then we have to ascertain a balance. Now, to ascertain this balance or to ascertain this amended cash balance, we open a cash book known as amended cash book. This is nothing but the cash book itself where we are making some changes, we are making some amendments. Amendments means changes. We are making some amendments, some adjustments to the existing cash book balance. It could be two things. We might be passing two kind of things over here. One is error of full omission in the cash book. What do you mean by error of full omission, sir? Yesterday, when I was discussing each of these points, I was telling you, is it a timing difference or is it an error? Is it a timing difference or is it an error? I was discussing each of these points yesterday. Do you remember? Is this an error? No, it's not an error. This is check issued but not presented for payment. What is this? You only told me yesterday. This is what? This is a genuine timing difference. No one has made a mistake over here. They have recorded when they have to record it. It is accounting. That is how accounting works. No one has made a mistake. So it's not an error on anyone's behalf. So this will not come in the adjusted cash book. Can you tell me where will this appear? This is a permanent fixture. This is a permanent part of BRS, bank reconciliation statement. It will always come in the bank reconciliation statement. Why, sir? Because this is not an error, need not be rectified by anyone, not the banker's mistake, not the business's mistake. It is a genuine timing difference item. It will always come in the bank reconciliation statement. Understood, sir. Next one. So check paid into the bank but not cleared. Again, sir, this is also a timing difference. This will also not come over in the no one's mistake. This is how time gap. This is how we enter it at different time points. I record it when I deposit it. He will record it when it is cleared, when it is collected, or when it is cleared. He will record it in the passbook. So it is different time points we're discussing. I mean, we are recording it in the books. Yesterday I discussed also the time points. I told you when it is recorded in each one of our books. So it is basically the time gap difference. So there is no error again. What about this, sir? Interest allowed by the bank. Is this an error? Yes, sir. This is an error. Should you have recorded interest allowed by the bank? Yes, sir. You should have recorded this. Why, sir? Is this and your income? Is this income or expense for you? This is an income, right, for you. This is our income. What is the journal entry for income? What is the entry we should have passed for this? We should have passed the journal entry for this. Bank account debit to interest account. Bank account debit to interest account. So in the adjusted cash book also, we're going to drop an adjusted cash book. And in the adjusted cash book, what we're going to do is, first we're going to write down the balance. Let's say the balance is favorable balance. So to balance, it depends on what balance is given. So to balance carried down, brought down, I will write over here. The balance given in the question, I will write over here. Then I will make amendments. I will make those adjustments. I will rectify those errors. So can you tell me, when I say adjusted cash book, what column am I talking about? I am talking about the bank column. I'm talking about the bank column. So over here, I am going to write to interest. All we are doing is we are passing the entry. We should have passed this entry, right? This is an error of omission. We should have passed this entry earlier. It is relating to this period. So we have to pass this entry and we will write the interest amount over here. Understood? Sir, what if they give interest allowed by the bank, but intimation was received later? Interest allowed by the bank on 31 March, but intimation was received later. Should it still be recorded? Should it still be recorded? Yes, it should be recorded. How does it change the fact that it is not your interest? It is not your income. How does it change the fact? Is it still your income? You received the information later on, but is it still your income for that period? Yes, it is income for that period. I am not going to sit here and judge if the accountant is right or wrong. That is not what you are doing. You are not Neha Kakkar to sit and judge if the accountant is right or wrong. That is not what you are doing. Terrible joke. It's okay. What you are doing over here is you are recording stuff that was to be recorded. This is to be recorded, yes or no? This was to be recorded, yes or no? Yes, this is an income. You might have received information after 1 year, 2 years, but is it income of that period? Yes, it is income of that period. Accrual concept. So we have to record that entry. We have to record to interest. So don't change this. Just because you have given information was received later and all that. We are not sitting and judging the accountant over here. That is not what when I say error, I'm not saying that you have done the mistake. No, books of accounts has an error because you did not record it. It's an error of full omission. It should have been recorded. Interest and expense charged by the bank. Should this be recorded in the amended cash book? Yes, this also should be recorded in the amended cash book. This is also to be recorded in the amended cash book. Can you tell me what is the entry for this? Interest account debit to bank account. Interest or bank charges account debit or any expense account debit to bank charges. So what should you write over here? By bank charges, expense, interest, whatever it is, you have to write it over here like this. Interest, whatever the amount could be, you have to write it over here like this. Interest and dividends collected by the bank. The bank is collecting money on your behalf. Is this to be recorded? Yes. Sir, intimation received later. Is it still to be recorded? Yes, it should be recorded. Because it is income of your period, income of that particular period, so you have to record this. And which side should you record this? Debit or credit? It is increasing your balance, so you have to record it on this side. Debit side. Which is receipts for you. You are receiving the money, that's why you have to write it on the debit side. Direct payment by the bank. Should you record this? Yes. You're making a payment to some customer or for some expense, you're making direct payment from the bank. So this is also to be recorded because payment is already made. So here we have to write by party, or if it is towards an expense account, whatever it is, you have to record it on the credit side because the payment is being made. Next one. Direct payments into the bank by a customer. Should you record this? Yes, this is also to be recorded in our books. Which side should we write this? Direct payments into our bank account. Not by us, remember, into our bank account. We are receiving the payment. So is it debit side or credit side? It is debit side because we are receiving the money. The entry is bank account debit to customer account, party account, to party account. Dishonor of a bill discounted with the bank. Should you record this? Yes, this is also to be recorded. This is what should you do about this? The banker has taken money from your account, or has he put money into your account? Yes, it's being taken from your account. Whenever there's a bill dishonor, you will recover that from the party. I will discuss the entries in bill of exchange, but it is the entries by party account. We have to write it over here. The bank balance has come down, Suraj. It is to be recorded in the books, even in that case. Bills collected by the bank on behalf of the customer. Should we record this? Yes, we should record this. Again, we have to record it on which side? Which side should we record this? They're collecting money on our behalf. That means we have to debit it. We are collecting, they're collecting money, it's increasing balance. Cash book, think of cash book, receipt side and payment side. This money is coming in. So we have to write it over here. The entry is bill sent for collection. Bank account debit to bill sent for collection, we generally write. So it must be debited. I'll discuss about this concept when we discuss the bills of exchange chapter. Wrong debit in the cash book. Should you rectify this? Yes, wrong debit in the cash book. There's a mistake over here. What should you do if there's a wrong debit? You have to credit it by rectification. You have to credit that amount. I hope everyone is getting this. Yes. Next one. Wrong credit in the cash book. Should you rectify this? Yes, this also needs to be put over there. Debit side or credit side? Credit side to rectification. Sorry, debit side to rectification. Wrong credit in the passbook. Should you enter this in the cash book? Should you rectify this in the cash book? No. Where will this appear? If there's a point like this, where will this appear? This will appear in the bank reconciliation statement. Okay, you can't make corrections in the passbook, right? You can't use whitener and make corrections in the passbook. You have to write this in the BRS, bank reconciliation statement. It is a cause of difference. What about this? Will this appear? Again, same. It will come in the PRS. What about this? Check deposited into the bank, dishonored. Should this come in the cash book, adjusted cash book? Yes, this will come in the adjusted cash book. It is an error of omission. It should come. Can you tell me which side should it come? Debit side or credit side? Check deposited into the bank, dishonored. Earlier, what you would have done? Earlier, what you would have done, you would have debited it. Now you have to remove that debit, right? Because it has been dishonored. So the entry, when you deposited the check, you said bank to party. Now, ulta, dishonor entry is ulta, party to bank. So the bank is to be credited. We have to write by party over here. Yes, it is cash book, but bank account only we say. We don't say cash account. There is bank column, which is bank account over here. Yeah, that is triple column cash book. We say cash, bank and all that. Yeah. But the net effect is to the party only, no? Okay, anyway, don't worry about what I just spoke. Next one, deposit of cash into bank not recorded in cash book bank column. Can you tell me what should we do about this? Should we record this or not? We should record this. We should record it on which side? Debit side or credit side? We should record it on the debit side. We have to write it over here to, what was that? Not recorded. So you can write to rectification. Sorry, you have not recorded over here. So to rectification on the debit side. I hope everyone is comfortable with this. This is amended cash book. Now remember, what do we record in the amended cash book? Only the errors in the cash book is to be recorded over here. What will appear in the BRS? Can you tell me what are the items that appear in the BRS? The timing differences and errors in the passbook. Timing differences and errors in the passbook will appear in the BRS, bank reconciliation statement. Only items which are relating to the errors of full omission or errors of commission in the cash book bank column, we're talking only about the bank column over here, will appear over in the amended cash book. This is it, guys. That is the concept of amended cash book. There is nothing complicated about it. You just have to recognize what item comes where. We'll do one thing. We will do one question quickly. Just recognizing. You have to tell me, will it come or not? Ready? Which of the following items will be recorded in amended cash book? Bank charges not recorded in the cash book. Will it come? Everyone, I want maximum participation. Come on, guys. Maximum participation. Not the same person spamming again and again. I want different people. Okay. So this will come. This will come in the amended cash book. Cash payment recorded as bank payment in the cash book. You're paying something in cash, but you have recorded it as bank payment. Will this come in the amended cash book? Yes, it's an error in the cash book, right? You made a mistake in the cash book, it will come. Wrong debit given in the passbook. No, it's a mistake in the passbook. Where will it appear? It will appear in the BRS. It will appear in the BRS. Income directly received by the bank, not yet recorded in the cash book. Will it appear? Yes, it will appear. Checks issued not presented for payment. Checks issued not presented for payment. No. This will come in the PRS. Wrong credit given in the cash book. Wrong credit given in the cash book. Yes, it will appear. Error in carrying forward the balance from one page to the other in the cash book. If you made a mistake in carrying forward the balance in the cash book, it will come in the cash book, amended cash book. Check deposited not yet cleared by the bank. Check deposited not yet cleared by the bank. It will not come over here, it will come in the BRS. Understood? Easy peasy, right? Okay, we'll just read the slide once. What is it saying? If the reconciliation is done, all the bank related items, correct. If the reconciliation is done at the end of the accounting period, it is recommended to prepare the adjusted cash book with amended bank column so as to reflect the correct balance as per the cash book. The next step should be to prepare the BRS in order to reconcile the correct balance as per the cash book with balance as per passbook. The steps involved in calculating the adjusted cash book balance are as follows. Pass journal entries and post them in the adjusted cash book for the entries or transactions causing difference between cash book and the passbook due to errors in the cash book. So you will have a list of causes of difference, but out of those causes of difference, only those items must be picked which are because of error in cash book. So because if it is causing a difference and it is because of an error in the cash book, that is to be picked. The closing balance of adjusted cash book should be the starting point of DRS. So always remember the sequence goes like this. First we prepare the adjusted cash book, the amended cash book, and after that we prepare the BRS. Wherever in the problems they have asked us to prepare amended cash book balance, or they have asked us to determine this balance, first we have to prepare the amended cash book, and after that we have to prepare the bank reconciliation statement. Okay. Check deposited not cleared by the bank. What does this mean? We have deposited a check, we have recorded it. Someone asked me this question. Can you explain the eighth one again? This is a pure timing difference. The second adjustment in that slide, we discussed this yesterday, how it is a timing difference. We record it when the check is deposited, the bank will record it when it is cleared. So it is because of that clearing house and all that will come into picture. So I discussed all this yesterday. So it's a genuine timing difference. It's not an error on our part. Question number 7, you try on your own. I'll discuss question number 8. Shall we start with question number 8? Yes. On 30th September, the bank account of Neil, according to the bank column of the cash book, was overdrawn to the extent of 8,062. Can you tell me overdrawn means what? Overdraft balance. Okay, it means overdraft balance as per cash book. Overdraft balance as per cash book. An examination of the cash book and bank statement reveals the following. A check for rupees 11,14,000 deposited on 29 September. Okay, on which date are we preparing the BRS? Please keep the date in mind. We are preparing the BRS on which date? Can you please look at the question and tell me? 30th of what? Which date? Which month? What 30th? Which month? September. 30th of September 2017. Okay. Now, what is this point saying? A check for 11,14,000 deposited on 29th September 2017 was credited by the bank only on 3rd October 2017. This is what? As on 30th September, what is this? Can you tell me on 30th September, what is this? Check deposited but not yet cleared. Check deposited but not yet cleared. Okay, that is what it means. Check deposited but not yet cleared on 30th September. Now, could you please tell me where will this appear? Will this appear in the adjusted cash book or in the BRS? This is a timing difference, so that is why it will appear in the bank reconciliation statement. This is no one's mistake. It was because of clearing, it took time. It is no one's mistake. It will come in the BRS. A payment by check for 18,000 has been entered twice in the cash book. Where will this be recorded? Will this come in the adjusted cash book, amended cash book, or adjusted cash book? Yes, sir, it will come in the adjusted cash book. It will come in the amended cash book. Can you tell me which side will it come? You have credited twice, it seems, right? You have payment. That means you've credited it 2 times. Now what should you do? You have to debit it. How many times you have to debit it? Once. You have to debit it once in the adjusted cash book. Shall we do it? Whatever adjusted cash book item is there, I'll keep on doing it. First, tell me what is the balance. By balance, carried down. It is overdraft balance. That is why I'm writing, brought down. Why do I always make a mistake over here? By balance, brought down. Overdraft balance, they said overdraft balance means credit balance. How much is the balance? 8,062. Okay. Now, this point should be, not this, B point, right? Okay, B point, should we record this? Yes, we should record this. On which side should we record this? Debit side, we have to record it. To rectification. How much is the amount to rectification? 18,000. Is everyone comfortable understanding what I'm doing over here? Yes. Next. On 29 September 2017, the bank credited an amount of rupees 1,15,400 received from a customer of Neil, customer called Neil, but the advice was not received by Neil until, okay, customer of Neil. Okay, we are Neil, is it? Okay, my name is Neil. Customer of Neil. Now they have said advice was not received by Neil until 1st October 2017. This is where you guys go wrong. This is where you do terrible mistakes. You will sit and become Neha Kakkars and judge the accountant, or you will tell, he did not know. Why will he record it? It is not an error. It is not an error because he got to know on 1st October. That is not what I'm trying to tell you. That is not what you're supposed to do. We are looking at the book's point of view. Should it have been recorded in the month of September? Have you received the money in the month of September? Yes, no. Should you have recorded it in the month of September? Does it belong to September or October? It belongs to September. You have to record it in September. I am not telling you to become Neha Kakkars and tell if it is accountant's error or not. That is not what the intention is. Neha Kakkar is the judge of Indian Idol, if I'm not wrong, who keeps crying. Okay, so here we have to, what should we do? Should we write it in adjusted cash book or not? We should record it in adjusted cash book. Should we debit our adjusted cash book or should we credit our adjusted cash book? We have to debit our adjusted cash book because we're receiving money. The bank credited. It is an income for September. So you have to record it. You have to record it on the debit side to customer's account. Customer is paying you, so you have to record it. How much is the amount? 1,15,400, is it? $1,15,400. Don't get confused with that intimation point. That just ignore that point. It doesn't make any difference to us when it was received. The intimation was received. It is to be recorded for that period. Bank charges amounting to 80 had not been entered in the cash book. 30th September, on the date of closing the books. Which book? Adjusted cash book, or is it in the BRS? ACB or BRS? ACB, which side? Bank charges, that means we have to credit. By bank charges, how much is the amount of bank charges? 280. Next one, on 6th September 2017, the bank credited 30,000 to Neil. Will this come in the cash book? in error? Will this come in adjusted cash book or not? What do you think? Many of you saying yes. The bank is putting money, the bank is crediting in error. What is this? This is an error, yes. Error in which book? Error in passbook. Bank's mistake. Should we rectify it in our adjusted cash book? Should we? They made error, we will also make error. Is that correct? They put by mistake, we will also happily accept that money and we will also debit our account and we will also increase our balance. Is that what you're trying to say? How can we say that it is error? Very interesting question, Anusha, because I'm reading the question and I'm saying on 6th September 2017, the bank credited 30,000 to Neil in error. In error. They are only telling no, in error. So that means it is an error by mistake they're putting, it is bank's error. Should we also make the error and should we also debit? Should we record it in adjusted cash book? The answer is no. Where will this appear? This will appear in the bank reconciliation statement. So I will not record this in the adjusted cash book. Next one. A bill of exchange for 1,60,000 was discounted by Neil with his bank. The bill was dishonored on 28 September 2017, but no entry had been made in the books of Neil. Will this come in ACB? That's okay. That's okay. Will this come in ACB or will this come in BRS? This will come in ACB. Which side should you record this? Debit it or credit it? What should we do about it? We should credit it because amount is going from my account. So I have to write it over here. Now you will write by party account. Even if you write by adjustment, by party, anything you can write over here. They just want you to give the effects. Should you debit it or credit it? You have to credit it. How much is the amount you have to credit? 1,60,000. 1,60,000. I hope everyone is comfortable with this. Next one. Checks issued up to 30th September 2017 but not presented for payment. Up to that date, total 13,46,000. Where will this appear? Is this an error? This is not an error. Will this appear in the BRS or will this appear in the cash book? Is this an error? Is this a mistake from anyone's end? No, it's not anyone's mistake. It will come in the BRS. It will not come in the adjusted cash book. It will come in the BRS because it is. See, we have issued the check. We will record it when we have issued the check. The banker will record it when it is received for payment. When it is presented for payment, the banker will record it. This is a genuine timing difference. This is no one's mistake. I am discussing this. I've been telling you this since yesterday. It is no one's mistake. I explained to you also how it is recorded, when it is recorded. Yesterday we discussed this in detail. Both check deposited and check issued. It is not anyone's mistake. It is how this transaction works. So this will come in the BRS. A bill payable of 2 lakh had been paid by the bank but was not entered in the cash book. And bill receivable for 60,000 had been discounted. Okay, we will just ignore this for now. We will look at the first point. A bill payable of rupees 2 lakh had been paid by the bank but was not entered in the cash book. Should you have recorded this? Yes. Where will this appear now? It will appear in the adjusted cash book. Okay, we have paid a bill payable, so it will come in the adjusted cash book. Which side? Credit side. By bills payable. I forgot to give the heading. This is adjusted cash book. Bank column. How much is the amount? 2 lakh. Next one. Bill receivable for 60,000 had been discounted with the bank at a cost of 1,000, which had also not been recorded in the cash book. We have discounted a bill. Is this dishonor or is this discounting? What is this? Is this the process where I am going to the bank? Or is it the process where he is taking money from my account? Don't get confused. It is not dishonor, it is discounting. It is when I'm going to the bank and I'm discounting the bill. I'm going to the bank and talking to the bank manager about those 2 points. No, at this point. How much is the money he's giving me? 59,000 rupees. So what should I do now over here? Can you tell me what is the entry I should pass over here? I have to debit. How much is the debit I have to give? It's 2 bills receivable. How much is the debit I have to give? Is it 60,000 or 59,000? I'm receiving 59,000. So 59,000. 2 bills receivable, 59,000. Could you please tell me the adjusted cash book balance now? Can you total this up and tell me what is the adjusted cash book balance? First total. Tell me the totals. 3,68,342. Is that total or is it the balance? I think it is the total. 3,68,342. And how much is the balance? 175. Debit balance or credit balance? Credit balance. That means I'll write it on the debit side. 179, 175, 942. Can you tell me what is the nature of this balance? Overdraft or is this favorable? Unfavorable or favorable? What is this? This is what? This is credit balance as per cash book. What is it, guys? Credit balance as per cash book. Credit balance in the bank column has a credit balance. What is it? It is overdraft. Unfavorable balance. It is overdraft balance. Unfavorable balance as per the cash book. So now we will start doing the BRS, the bank reconciliation statement start over here. Adjusted cash book. I will take the adjusted cash book as the basis. So as per adjusted cash book, we have found out, right? Yes, you can do that also, Adarsh. How much is the answer you got as per the adjusted cash book balance? What was it? So 1,75,942. Is that correct? 1,75,942. Now only the BRS items we will consider. These both came in adjusted cash book. This was also in adjusted cash book, right? Okay. Now only the BRS items will be considered, which are only 3 items. Now can you tell me what should I consider this as when I am adjusting? What should I consider this as when I am adjusting? I should consider this as favorable balance as per passbook. Favorable balance as per passbook. We should consider it that way. Okay, let's do it. A check for 11,14,000 deposited on 29 September was credited by the bank only on 3rd October 2017. Which book has moved because of this? We've deposited but not yet cleared. Which book has moved because of this? Cash book has moved. Upwards or downwards? Upwards. 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 Starting point is what? Passbook. So what should you do? Cash book is up. What should you do? Add. How much is the amount? 11,40,000, right? $11,40,000. Correct, no? Okay. Next one. Should I consider this again? No, it has already been adjusted in the cash book, so we should not consider that. Oh, 11,14,000. When I wrote 11,40,000, you said yes, correct. 11,14,000. Okay, next one. This one, B point, will it appear in the BRS? No, it will not appear in the BRS. C point, will it appear in the BRS? No, it will not appear in the BRS. D point, will it appear in the BRS? No, D also will not. E, will it appear in the BRS? Yes. On 16th September 2017, the bank has credited 30,000 to nil in error. That means your balance, which balance has moved because of this? Passbook has moved. Can you tell me, has it moved upwards or downwards, the passbook balance? They have credited you in error. So that means your balance has gone up or come down. Your balance has gone up. So your balance has gone up. Passbook balance has gone up. Now, can you tell me what should I do? I should reduce. Very good. I should reduce this. How much is the amount? Tell me the correct amount. Lot of pressure on you. Tell me the correct amount. Don't add 1 0. Don't add one. 30,000. So this is to be reduced. Okay. Now the next one. Checks issued up to 30th September 2017, but not F will not come because it was registered cash book item. G. Check issued but not presented for payment. Can you tell me what should we do about this? Which book has moved because of this? The cash book has moved upwards or downwards? Downwards, it has moved downwards. Now what should you do? Passbook you have to less because your starting point is passbook. We've considered it as passbook, so we have to reduce it. How much is the amount? Can someone tell me the amount? 13,46,000. So there are some voices which don't make mistakes over here. One is, I have noticed Chinmay doesn't make a mistake, Anup doesn't make a mistake, Prithvi doesn't make a mistake most of the times. Some voices which don't. Shishir doesn't make a mistake. Shisha doesn't make a mistake. Prithvi makes a mistake sometimes. Okay. Now you're putting your names and asking me to. I told genuinely. Okay. Now, can you please tell me how much is the minus? You don't even tell. Most of you don't even answer. There are only 4 or 5 people who answered on time. The total over here is 11,14,000. This is 13,76,000. See, I did not need you to make a total for this one. Suddenly, Shakuntala Devi I become. Okay, now, could you tell me what is the end balance? The balance is 86,000, but in brackets, right? 86,058. It's in brackets. Could you tell me what does this mean? If it's in minus, it's obviously balance as per what? Balance as per passbook. It is balance as per passbook. Can you tell me what is the nature of this balance? The nature is favorable balance because you started with the overdraft. If you're ending with a negative, that means it is the other way around. It is favorable balance as per passbook. Are you done? Okay, avoid putting the brackets. Okay, if you get the answer in negative, don't put brackets. If you want to put the bracket, put it, but write it in the next line again, that favorable balance as per passbook karke, write it again. Don't write it over here. Write it in the next line and write the amount. 86,052, like 58, like this. If you really want to write it in minus. Did you follow this? See, it's easy, right? You simply have this phobia towards adjusted cash book for some reason. It's not difficult. It's easy. Okay. Shall we do one more? We have only 10 minutes time, but I don't want to carry BRS to the next chapter. ACB is done first. Correct. ACB is done first. The cash book of a trader showed an overdraft balance of 33,000 on 31st March 2018. On scrutiny of the cash book and the passbook, it was discovered that on 22nd March, Sunday checks totaling 6,500 were sent to bank for collection, out of which a check for 1,500 was wrongly recorded on the credit side of the cash book, and checks amounting to 3,300 could not be collected by the bank till 6th April next. So, what is this saying is, I'll just discuss this. We'll try. I mean, I'll do it in the class. I want to do this problem in the class. It's a very nice problem. So what we will do is we will just discuss the problem now, and if possible, we'll do it to the extent possible. Okay. here on 22nd March, Sunday checks totaling 6,500 were sent to the bank for collection, out of which a check for 1,500 was wrongly recorded on the credit side of the cash book. Okay, first of all, should we prepare adjusted cash book? What have they said? Required. Prepare bank reconciliation statement with amended cash balance. That means, should we prepare the adjusted cash book? Yes, we have to prepare the amended cash book or adjusted cash book. I will write it over here like this. Okay. Now, tell me, we sent to bank for collection, out of which 1,500 was wrongly recorded on the credit side. Will this come in the adjusted cash book or not? This particular item, 1,500, will this come in the adjusted cash book? Yes. Why, sir? Now, when you're sending something for collection, should you have debited? You're depositing a check. Okay, it's like depositing a check. Should you debit it or should you credit it? You should debit it. But what have they done over here? They have credited. So how should you rectify this? This is a mistake. This is an error in the cash book. I have to debit. Now, how much should I debit? Should I debit 1,500 or should I debit 3,000 rupees? What do you think I should do? I should debit 3,000 rupees. I should debit 3,000 rupees. Why, sir? Because one is to remove the wrong credit given of 1,500 and another 1,500 debit is to give the correct debit. So over here, I will write it already. So to rectification, 3,000 rupees is to be debited over here. What about the next point? Checks amounting to 3,300 could not be collected by the bank till 6th April next. 3,300 could not be collected. Is this an item that will come in the adjusted cash book or is it a BRS item? I want participation in the. Is this BRS or ACB? This is a BRS item because this is check sent for collection, not it collected. It is a BRS item. Oh, there is opening balance. What is the opening balance? Overdraft balance? 33,000 rupees. Okay. Now, next one. So, this will come in the BRS. Okay, remember this. Sir, what about this 6,500? Will this come anywhere? Will this 6,500 come anywhere? No. This 6,500 will not come anywhere. That's just to deceive you. That amount is given, ignore that amount. Okay, this is balance brought down. Again, I made that mistake. Yes, it's just to confuse you. Don't get confused. Read that English sentence and understand. A check for 4,000 was issued to a supplier on 28th March. We are preparing this on 31st March. The check was not presented to the bank till 10th April. Will this come in the BRS or adjusted cash book? This will come in the BRS. It will not come in the adjusted cash book because timing difference. Bank had debited 2,000 towards interest on overdraft for 600 for bank, but the bank advice was sent on 15th April. So they have debited an expense, but I received the intimation. on 15th April. Don't do the stupid mistake of becoming Neha Kakkars. Are you judging the? Are you judging him? Are you judging the accountant? No. Is this an interest on overdraft? Is this an expense? Yes. Should you record it in the cash book? Yes. So, should it come in the adjusted cash book? Yes. So, should you credit this or debit it? You should credit this. How much is the amount? 2,600 or 600? What is the amount? 2,600. No, Shailesh, generally they don't give like that. 2,600. Okay. So there are two things, is it? Okay, both of it. 2,000 plus 600, 2,600. Correct. Credit side of the bank column of the cash book was under cash. Will this come in adjusted cash book or will this come in the passbook? BRS. Where will this come? This will come in the adjusted cash book. Very good. Can you tell me what should I do with this? This is a mistake, right? This is an error. Credit side was under cashed. Credit side was under cashed. Credit side was under cashed. That means we have written less credit. Now what should you do? We have to credit. We have to credit. How much should we credit? 100 rupees. We credited less that time. Now we have to credit it. That's all. No rocket science. Very simple English. Credited less that time. Now we have to credit 100 rupees. Checks 2000 drawn for office expense were not encashed till 2nd April. So that means we had given a check for something, but they have not encashed it. They have not presented it for payment. What is this? A BRS item, or is this a adjusted cash book item? It's a BRS item. Check issued but not presented for payment. Check issued but not presented for payment. It is exactly that. A check for 1000 was issued to a creditor on 27th March was omitted to be entered in the cash book. It was, however, presented to the bank on 31st March. 5 minutes more. Okay. We'll finish this problem. Okay. What should we do? Should we enter this in the adjusted cash book or not? Read the sentence, understand it, and tell me. We have issued a check to a creditor, 1000 rupees. It has been already encashed, it seems. He has presented it to the bank. Should we record this in the cash book? Yes. When you issue the check itself, you have to record it, right? That is the rule. I told you. When is it recorded? When you are issuing the check. So we have to, what should we do? Credit it or debit it? It will come in the adjusted cash book. Should we credit it or debit it? It will be credited. How much is the amount? $1,000. Dividends amounting to 500 has been collected directly by the bank and not entered in the cash book. Will this come in the adjusted cash book or not? This will come in the adjusted cash book. Debiting or crediting it? It will be debited. 2 dividends. How much is the amount? 500. So could you please tell me the totals? 36,700 is the total. 36,700 is the total. Balance is 33,200. This is to balance carried down. Could you please tell me the nature of this balance? Is this overdraft or is this positive balance? What do you think it is? It is overdraft balance of 33,200. It is credit balance. Credit balance as per cash book means it's overdraft balance. So you have to start over here. OD, this is BRS. OD balance as per ACB. How much is the balance? 33,200. Now, what are the BRS items? Only few BRS items we have. Quickly, we will do this. Checks amounting to 3,300 could not be collected by the bank. Can you tell me which book has moved? If OD balance as per adjusted cash book means we have to think from the passbook point of view. Remember this, okay? We have to think from the passbook point of view. OD balance as per cash book, that means passbook point of view, we have to think. Everyone, on your toes. We have just 1 minute left. We'll quickly finish this. So now what should we do? Checks amounting to 3,300 could not be collected by the bank. Which book has moved because of this? The cash book is moved or passbook is moved? The cash book is moved. Upwards or downwards? Upwards. It has moved upwards. Now what should you do? The starting point is passbook. You have to add. How much is the amount you have to add? 3,300. Add. Then next one. B. Check for 4,000 was issued to a supplier. Not presented. Cash book has moved. Cash book is moved. It was check issued but not presented. So it has moved downwards, right? It has moved downwards. Now what should you do? You have to reduce it. The starting point is passbook, so you have to reduce it. How much is the amount? 4,000. Then we have point number E. Check for 2,000 drawn for office expense was not encashed. Again, check issued but not presented for payment. What should we do with this? Which book has moved? Cash book or passbook? Cash book has moved. Upwards or downwards? Downwards. The cash book has moved downwards. Now what should we do? We have to minus because the starting point is passbook. So we have to minus. How much should we minus? 2,000 rupees. So that's all, right? Only 3 items we have for BRS. This has come on ACB. So the total is 3,300 over here. This total is 6,000 minus. What is the balance? 30,500. Could you tell me this balance is as per what? As per passbook, favorable or unfavorable? OD balance. You started with OD balance, you're going to end with OD balance if it's a positive number. Thank you, guys. We're done with BRS. I'll talk about BRS a little tomorrow before we begin a new chapter. Tomorrow, listen. Tomorrow, we're not going to start with inventory. We're going to start with depreciation tomorrow. Depreciation account. I will keep inventory a little later. So tomorrow, we're going to start with what? Depreciation, consignment, sale of goods and approval. That's the sequence. Next 3 chapters coming up are depreciation, consignment and sale of goods on approval basis. So please study some basics and come tomorrow. I'll see you in the class. Bye. Have a good Sunday.
Thank you, sir, for So dear students, you have finished 2 sessions for the day today, that is law and accounts. So wishing you a happy Sunday afternoon. Rest for some time, have your food, and then again revise whatever is being taught, and later again prepare for the tomorrow's class. So tomorrow the schedule will be 8 to 10:30 law, 1 accounts, and again 2 to 4:30 accounts. So see you all tomorrow. Have a happy Sunday. Take care.
You too, ma'am. Take care.